Warrenpoint GAA. St. Peter's GAA Irish. Cumann Pheadair Naofa is a Gaelic athletic association club in Warrenpoint, County Down, Northern Ireland. Foundation. The GAA in Warrenpoint predates St. Peter's by a considerable span of years, for it was in 1888 that the original seed was sown with the name of John Martin. The club colours were black and amber strips. Being adopted on a proposal by John Carr and seconded by Thomas Caulfield, the club maintained the name until the mid-1920s until it fell on hard times. In 1931, it revived, but because Glen had registered a new club, John Martin, some months before, the name of St. Peter's was chosen, and blue and white were chosen as the club colours. It is worth noting that the John Martins of 1888 won the first competition held in Down by beating Mayobridge at Edinmore. The Warrenpoint Flute Band paraded the victors through Mayobridge village on the occasion. There are no records of John Martins winning many more competitions, but once St. Peter's found their feet, they went on to win the Junior Championship in 1932, when they beat Saul in the final. For many years the club played at Connolly's Field at Moygannon, and then at a variety of venues before settling in its current habitat at Moygannon, which was purchased in 1972 for £10,000. Dressing rooms and showers were added in the 1980s at a cost of £45,000. The first phase of a major redevelopment of Moygannon Park has recently been completed, incorporating the construction of a new playing pitch surface under the guidance of club trustee Jerry Gray. The cost of this development was £130,000. A new electronic scoreboard has also been erected. In the 1960s, some derelict houses at Mary Street, Warrenpoint, were purchased for £50. These were converted into small club rooms using the voluntary labor of members and friends. The club rooms were used for meetings, functions, and fundraising. There were 2 rooms upstairs and downstairs, each approximately 18 ftx 25 fort. The cost of rebuilding was £2,000 approximately. An extension was added to the club rooms in the 1970s, giving a ground floor hall of 54 ftx 26 ft with a balcony 18 ftx 25 fort. Later a small kitchen was added. The total cost of this contract was £5,000. 2 dwellings were purchased either side of the club rooms in Mary Street in the 1980s to facilitate future development of the club rooms, including an upstairs social club and bar. The total cost of this development was £46,000. The second house is still occupied by a tenant and rent is paid to St. Peter's GAC. In the 1970s, an activity room 40 ftx 20 ft was also purchased for £10,000 and located at the back of the club rooms. This room provided for supervised youth activity 7 nights a week for 15 years. This property is no longer utilized. There is also a fully licensed bar on the premises. The golden era for the Point was in the 1940s and 1950s, when they won 3 senior titles and contributed to a few memorable finals in which they were the losers. The senior team is currently playing in Down Division 2. Club teams fielded. The club currently organizes the following sides: football 8 teams, U8, U10, A12, U14, U16, minor, Premier Reserve, and Senior Div 1. Hurling 7 teams, U10, A12, U14, U16, minor, Reserve Div 2, and Senior Div 1. Camogie 2 teams, A12, U14. Playing achievements: football, Down Senior Football Championship 1943, 1948, 1953. Down Junior Football Championship 1932, 1940, 1940, 1940, 1940. Down Minor Football Championship 1950, 1977, 2012. Down Under -16 All-County Football Championship 1986, 2016. Down Underage Football Championship 1995, 1997. Down Reserve Football Championship 1996, 2012. Down Intermediate Football Championship 2001, 2012, 2014. Underage South Down League Championship 2006, 2014. Down Senior Division II Championship 2008. Down Under -21 Football Championship 2013, 2014. Notable players: Michael Magill All-Star 1994 All-Ireland. Hurling, Ulster Senior Hurling League Championship Div 5, 2008. Down Junior Hurling Championship 2009. Hurling. The panel entered into the Ulster League for a second year running after reaching the quarter-finals stages of Section -3 last season. The Ulster League campaign allowed the senior team finish in mid-table. Culture. The club has been at the forefront of the revival of Irish set dancing and for over 20 years has organized annual set dancing competitions and workshops. In 1993, St. Peter's set dancers along with a company of musicians and singers traveled to Normandy to participate in the annual Normandy Cultural Festival. Since Warrenpoint hosted its first Sealy in 1917, the club has been active in the GAA score cultural competitions and has been successful at All-Ireland level in both score and score not and OG competitions. In 1978, the junior team won the All-Ireland Score Not and OG Sealy dancing title. Warrenpoint won the All-Ireland Score Set dancing title in 1982, and after many years of winning county and Ulster titles, the club won the Score All-Ireland whose title in 1996. Irish language classes are organized for adults and juniors on a regular basis, and the club has also been involved in drama over the years. In addition, two members of the club, Sile Nican Ultaig and Bell O'Loughlin, have held the position of president of the Camogie Association of Ireland. Sile also held the post of general secretary of the Camogie Association for 25 years and is the author of the Down GAA history, O'Sheol Go Blath. St. Peter's Band. The club's brass band section has won a number of All-Ireland awards and has played at events throughout Ireland. The band has been at the forefront of cross-community activities and has joined with the Warrenpoint Silver Band on numerous occasions.